This is my version of an Italian folk tale called Old Befana. Old Befana was a widow who lived in a hilltop village in Italy. Her only child had died many years before, and old Befana lived alone. Her house was spotless. She took great pride in keeping it clean. Every day there was Befana with her broom, sweeping the yard, sweeping the rooms, cleaning the shelves. No speck of dust stood a chance against Befana. One morning, when she was sweeping the courtyard of her house, she heard a knock on the door. When she opened it, she saw 3 strangers, finely dressed. "Can we come in and rest?" they asked. "We've been travelling all night." Befana looked them up and down. Well, they looked respectable, and she knew she had swept the guest bedroom. So she let them in and showed them where they could sleep. They looked very tired, and in a few minutes, when Befana looked in on them again, they were fast asleep, and they slept all that day. At the end of the day, when they awoke, Befana fed them, and she couldn't help asking them where they were going and why they only seemed to travel at night. "We're following a star," they said. "We can only see it at night, so we travel then." "But why? Where is it leading you?" she asked. "We don't know where it will lead us," they answered, "but we know who it will lead us to. It announces the birth of a new king, the one the world has been waiting for. We want to go and see this wonderful baby and give him our gifts." And they showed her the gold, frankincense and myrrh in their bags. Befana was fascinated. A new king? A tiny baby? What an adventure! The 3 men saw how excited she was. "You've been kind to us," they said. "Why don't you come with us? Wouldn't you like to see the baby too?" Befana was thrilled, but then she stopped and thought, "If I go away on this long journey, what will happen to my house? Just imagine how much dust there'll be when I come back. Just imagine the cobwebs." "No, it will never do. I can't come," she answered sadly. As the sun set and the star appeared, the men set off, and Befana waved and watched until she could see them no more. Then she turned and took up her broom and gave the yard one more sweep before bedtime. That night she dreamt of stars and babies and journeys. In the morning, when she woke up, she leapt out of bed to begin her cleaning, but she couldn't concentrate on the sweeping and the dusting. All she could think of was those wise men searching for the baby king. I would have liked to have gone with them. I wonder how far away they are. Perhaps I could still catch up with them if I set off tonight. I will go. I must go, she said to herself. She wanted to take gifts too. She didn't have any gold or spices, but she did have toys. She'd kept all the toys her own child had played with so many years before. She gathered them up into her apron, and, still holding her broom, just in case, she set off in the direction the wise men had taken. She travelled all night, and when day came, she asked in the first village she came to whether they'd seen the wise men. "Oh, they were here just yesterday," said the villagers. "You've only just missed them." That night Befana travelled on again, but in the next village she came to the story was the same. Night after night she followed, but everywhere she went she found that they had just gone the previous day. Eventually she came to Bethlehem. "They were here," she was told by the keeper of the inn where she stayed. "Yes, they came to see a child who was born in my stable out at the back. But they've all gone now. The wise men back to their homes and the family to Egypt. They said an angel had warned them that King Herod was out to kill the child, so they've gone to find safety. If you follow, you might still find them." Befana trudged off in the direction he showed her. On and on she walked. And I'd love to be able to tell you that she found the family around the next corner, or the corner after that, or in the next country. But the truth is that she never did quite catch up with the Holy Family. But don't be too disappointed, because happy endings sometimes come in a different form to the ones we expected. And that was so for Befana. It's said that she carried on wandering the world, and she still does, with her broom in one hand and her apron of toys in the other. And it's said that as she did so, as she still does so, she looks very carefully at every child she comes to see if they might be the Christ child. And oddly, she's discovered that in a way all of them are, because Christ can be found in each one of us if you look carefully enough. And that's why Italian children still to this day believe that it's Befana who gives them their gifts at Christmas, gifts for the Christ child in each one of them.